What's up guys, welcome back to Feast On. So what we're doing today is we're cooking a risotto. We're going pancetta and mixed mushroom. What we've got some beautiful oyster mushrooms, some white button, and then we've got some nice field mushrooms. What we've got over here brewing away, we just got some dried mushrooms that you can get from any supermarket. Put a bit of boiling water over top of those puppies, and we're starting to make a little stock. Like always, turn the fire on. Let's get that pan starting to heat up. Add a little touch of olive oil to the pan. We're starting with some saucy pancetta. Look at that meat. Ooh, smell the smoke in it. It's good. This is a hell of a lot better than bacon if you can get it. You might have to go to some specialty butchers, but it's definitely worth having a little look for because the taste is something different. Get this all sliced up into about 1 centimeter cubes. Perfect, now that's all sliced up, let's get this in the pan and start to render down the fat in the pancetta. For any risotto, there's 3 things you need, crucial. Butter, Parmesan cheese, and stock. Those 3 are the key items to making a real proper risotto. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with some dry ass fried rice. Still good, just not what we're doing here. Perfect, so we're just gonna get that all cooked off nicely. One cheeky boy off to the side, onions nice and diced. Perfect, get these mushrooms all sliced up. Pancetta is getting nice and crispy in the pan, just keep stirring it around. You wanna get golden on all parts, really render that fat out. Perfect, now you can start to see that beautiful color on this pancetta, and the smokiness is really starting to come out now. You can really feel it in your nostrils. Like that, just all up in my booger sugar.
Who does that?
You want to get it a little bit more crispy than you usually would because that crisp on the outside is going to slightly disappear when you add it back into the risotto. So risotto you need is a borio rice to do it, but a lot of people don't have a borio rice. It's not the most common rice you find. So what we're going to do is we're just using a short grain rice today just to show you that you can do it. Alright, look at that. Now we've got a beautiful base of not only very crispy pancetta, we also have some pancetta fat in the bottom of the pan. Now start to fish these little bad boys out. We will leave these off to the side until a later date. Look at that crispy pancetta. First, sweat off your onions for your risotto. Red onions, you can use red or white, doesn't matter. You can also use shallots if you'd like. And the onions are going to start cooking in that pancetta fat. And these aren't just standard mushrooms, but we're going for a little bit of a diverse range. You can just go with your wholesome white button. It will do a similar job, but what we're trying to do is really get these nice earthy and somewhat beefy notes out of these. That's why we're going for some oyster mushrooms and some field mushrooms as well. But now we're just going to sweat off these onions slowly. You don't want to burn them, but you want to get them nice and soft. If you really want as well, not ideal, but you can always just buy the dehydrated mushrooms, let them soak for about an hour or 2 in some boiling hot water, take them out, slice them up. Can use them. They do have a bit of a chewy texture. You probably want to cook them a little bit more, but if you're wanting to save a bit of money, wanting to go that way, you can always just do that too. But now these onions are starting to get a little translucent and a little golden around the edges. So around this stage is when we're going to start to put our rice in to start toasting that puppy up. Sprinkle that bad boy in there. Now you just want to keep mixing your rice so it doesn't stick, but you want to toast it. Get a little bit of nuttiness in that rice. And it's also going to start soaking up all that oil, all that goodness. There we go.
Grab the camera, don't be shy.
I'm a singer. If you want to book me, just call me. I can sing in all type of tunes that no one else sings in. It's not necessarily good, it's singing perfect. Now look at this. Our rice is nice, toasted. Those onions are nice and soft. Now it is step by step the time to start building the base of your risotto. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with 1 ladleful of this mushroom juice. And what you want to do with the risotto, add your liquid in slowly, bit by bit. Otherwise, you're just going to be making rice soup, and that ain't good for no one. Continue to mix the risotto. Don't leave it, it'll start to catch on the bottom. Perfect. And also because we're going with a stronger mushroom for this, I've also got some homemade Wagyu beef broth that we're going to be using as well, just to give it a little bit of extra punch. See, now that it's starting to be a little bit gelatinous, but all the liquid's about gone, we need to bang 1 more ladle in. keep mixing. This is a process. It's not 2-minute fried rice. This is a real risotto. It takes raw rice to cook about 30 minutes, 32 minutes to be exactly unprecise.
What?
Now we are at the stage after our second ladle of rice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add in these puppies right here. You're like, whoa, that's way too many mushies for that cheeky risotto. But what they're gonna do, they're gonna sweat, they're gonna lose a lot of their size and wilt it down plenty. Bang, put these puppies in now. And also what you're gonna get from these mushrooms is plenty of liquid. So you wanna add these in, start to stir it around. If you want, you can always roast them before. You can season them up, salt, pepper, add some rosemary, fry them off, leave them off to the side and add them in right at the end if you prefer. This way, I just feel like you get a bit more mushroom flavor deep into those rice follicles. Perfect, now we are starting to lose what we call liquid. Let's get some more of our mushroom broth in there. Do a double up on this one. So, awesome, look at that. Now this is starting to simmer away. Those mushrooms are starting to soften, starting to get a bit smaller. So it'll be our first round of seasoning. A little bit of pepper, salt, always salt. Also remember when you're using stocks, if you're buying stock from the store, anything not using your own broth, they can be very salty. So just be careful of that. You don't want to put all the stock in, season it up way too much, and then you just got a big old mouthful of salt at the end. Perfect. Now we are starting to see the size of the rice increase as well as the liquid decrease. Give this cheeky homemade Wagyu beef broth a little spin. Cheeky little dash of this. Get that in there. Starting to get a bit soupy here, so we're gonna give it a mix, let it reduce a bit more. Now that we've got a little bit of a simmer, start to add knobs of butter, baby. Ooh, bang, alley-oop, bang. We're hooping out here with butter knobs. Awesome. Now look at this. The rice is really starting to puff up, starting to absorb those cheeky knobs of butter I alley-ooped in before. So we get this pancetta, start to sprinkle a few pieces back in there. Bang, get that in. Perfect, we are close to the finish line here, team. Awesome, what we're going to do, we're going to get cheese in that, some parmesan that we pre-grated earlier. Bang. Like always, a couple more cheeky knobs of butter and just a little dash more of that beautiful stock. Cut the heat, pull this puppy off, and you just want to give it a little mix to get the correct viscosity. Yeah, the slurping and that, my friends. It's pretty close to being done. A little mix, get that last little knobby of butter melted. Let's get this in this. Always top it off with a bit more cheese. That's the pancetta, just so you can see them on top. There we have it, a perfect mushroom and pancetta risotto. Awesome, thanks for coming along again. Getting bigger, better. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe, and always remember, feast on, guys.